Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of BrainScratch Searchlight for today, May 24th, 2017. My name is John Lorden. Thank you so much for spending some time with me here today. And today we're looking into a case that I feel is somewhat urgent. This is a disappearance that has happened just this month. And as you'll see once we get into the details, there is pretty good reason for the family of Lisa Diehm to be concerned. There's not a whole lot of information out there, but I really wanted to hop on this and to try to raise awareness to this case very quickly. Hopefully there's something we can do to help with this, because it sounds like this has all the makings of a very bad situation. So I'm hoping we can try to help with that. Starting at NAMUS, and first of all, let me just say I was pretty impressed that this case is already entered into NAMUS. The date she was last seen was May 10th of 2017, so that is very quick. I'm not sure if it was law enforcement that entered it or if one of the family members did, but I'm so thankful that they jumped on that and got her in the database sooner rather than later. So we can see her name here is Lisa Diehm, last seen May 10th, 2017. It was entered only 5 days after that. I think that's amazing. The age when she was last seen is 56 years old. She is white. She is a female. For height, we've got 66 to 68 inches. I believe that's 5'6" to 5'8". And for her weight, we have between 120 to 125 pounds. She is missing from Des Moines, Iowa, in Polk County. Lisa was last seen in Des Moines, Iowa on May 10th, 2017. She may be in danger and may be traveling with Jess Solinger, who has a history of domestic violence and has an active arrest warrant for domestic abuse. And as we get into the details there, you're going to learn that Jess is actually a boyfriend of Lisa's, and that active arrest warrant is for domestic abuse that he performed on Lisa. So definitely some things to be concerned about here. He drives a newer white Ford F-150 regular cab long bed with a Tommy lift on the back tailgate, and they have his tag information. I'm not going to tell you guys what that is necessarily, because we're going to find out in a little bit. We have a development with the vehicle already. Hair color, gray or partially gray, with blonde being her main hair color. Body hair, blonde. Facial hair, none. She has blue eyes. She does wear glasses. And there is a tattoo of a hummingbird on the back of her left shoulder. They're not noting any piercings or anything else in terms of distinctive body features there. We don't have a clothing description, which is actually a little interesting because from what I understand, she had lunch with her sister right before she disappeared. So her sister probably does have some idea of the clothing that she was wearing, but it's not noted here. The only thing noted here is the eyewear, which is glasses. Lisa does have a Subaru Legacy. It's a 2012 model sedan. It is silver and black. And the tag number on that, which is important because this vehicle is out there somewhere and it hasn't been found yet, ENC 189, and that should be a plate from the state of Iowa. Now, unfortunately, it looks like NAMUS does not have the dental information yet. DNA is not collected on this yet, but this is a very young profile, so I would assume that that stuff might come in later. Fingerprint information can be a bit dicey usually in these records, because I think most of the time people only get fingerprinted if they have, if they've been booked at some point. Sometimes children will get fingerprinted, or we used to at least do that a lot in the 80s. I'm not sure if they're still doing that as part of keeping children safe campaigns in schools. But no fingerprint information entered for Lisa. Here we do get a picture of the hummingbird tattoo. So I just wanted to make sure you guys had a moment to check that out. Heading over to whotv.com, let's get some details on what's going on with this case. Des Moines police seek help to locate missing woman. Des Moines, Iowa. Police are asking for the public's help to locate a woman reported missing. 56-year-old Lisa Diehm was last seen on May 10th in Johnston. She is a white female, 5'8", 125 pounds, with short, blonde, white hair and blue eyes. Officials don't believe Diehm has been abducted, but want to make sure she is safe. Police think she may be with her boyfriend, 54-year-old Jess Solinger, who has a history of domestic violence and has an active warrant for domestic abuse related to an alleged assault of Diehm in Monroe County on May 6th. And just to give you some idea of what Jess Solinger looks like, I did a quick search. I think there's only 2 pictures showing up here of him. This one, and then this is actually a mugshot photo, which unfortunately has a bunch of the bottom cropped out. But I think between the 2 photos, you can get a good sense of what he looks like. He is 6 feet tall, about 235 pounds. Heading over to website weareiowa.com, we're going to get a little insight from Lisa's sister. Kathy Flynn told Local 5 News her sister was living with her boyfriend in Monroe County, but had just moved back to Des Moines at the beginning of May. She said Jess Solinger beat Lisa, fracturing her back and breaking her nose. That was on Saturday, May 6th, 2017, just 3 days before the 56-year-old went missing. Quote, "She told us he held her at knife point where they were living. She admitted that he choked her and she almost lost consciousness in the past," she said. That is why I'm fairly concerned about where is she now and what is going on in this situation. At KCCI.com, we get some more insight from her family. Diehm's family told KCCI that they believe her life is in jeopardy. I totally agree with them. And that she might have been taken against her will by a violent and dangerous ex-boyfriend. Quote, "I don't want that phone call," said Diehm's daughter, Crystal Stump. Stump said that she hardly slept in the 12 days since her mother vanished. So what I'm getting from these articles is that Lisa had moved back to the Des Moines area. She has 2 daughters that live there, and she was staying with one daughter, but she was also kind of visiting the other. Her sister had said she had lunch with her on that day, and after lunch, Lisa said she was going to go to one of the daughters' house, take some pain medication, probably for what had happened to her several days before, and take a nap. Back to the article. Stump said Diehm recently came to Des Moines to escape Solinger. He did hold her hostage for a couple of hours, Diehm's daughter said. Police reports show Solinger held Diehm at knife point in the couple's Monroe County home on May 6th. Solinger allegedly beat Diehm so badly that he broke her vertebrae and nose while threatening to kill her. Online court records show Solinger has at least 2 prior domestic abuse convictions. You know, I find these cases tough because sometimes you have a victim that is putting themselves in a harmful situation over and over and over. And I think that's part of the reason why police have been responding to this case in the way that they have been. They're concerned for her safety, but it's like they're not treating it like she's in imminent danger. Now, when you consider what had happened just a few days before that, consider this guy has 2 prior convictions here, and he's probably going for number 3. Does he have some reason to harm her or to try to get her to drop those charges? I believe so. I believe he's probably extremely motivated to do so. So I'm just... I don't know. I'm kind of curious about the dynamics going on here. Did he show up at that daughter's house? Was he waiting there when she pulled up? Did she agree to go off with him somewhere? What's interesting here is you have both their vehicles disappearing for a period of time. So that would kind of lead you to assume that at some point, either he's not alone and there's a third person involved here, or she at least willingly followed him to some other location or something along those lines. But I don't know, very, very tough to crack into what's really going on with this story. Heading over to the Des Moines Register.com, we do get the last little twist on those vehicles. Police find car of missing woman's boyfriend. The vehicle of a missing woman's boyfriend was found in Colfax, according to Des Moines police. Investigators do not believe Diehm was abducted, but they are concerned for her safety. Once again, I think that's largely because of that dynamic that I was talking about. If she was abducted, there would more than likely be one vehicle that was missing. It'd be very hard to get 2 vehicles especially if there's only one abductor, but it's always possible that he has a friend. Solinger's white Ford F-150 pickup was recovered. Lisa Diehm's 2012 silver Subaru Legacy has not been located as of yet. Her Iowa license plate is ENC 189. Just to give you guys some idea, I pulled up a quick search on silver Subaru Legacies for 2012, so it should look like something along the lines of what you're seeing in these pictures here. And I also have a map just to kind of show you the scope of what we're talking about. Apparently she had lived with her boyfriend in Monroe County, that is a bit south down here. She fled that situation, goes to Des Moines to stay with her daughters. From there she disappears, and now his truck is found in Colfax out here. Considering that he has a warrant in Monroe County, I sincerely doubt that he's going to be going back to his former home. I would think that he might do something along the same lines of what she did. Potentially he's going to try to be with other family members or going to some other location where he knows he can be comfortable. But I don't know enough about the guy to have any theories on what those locations are. So I guess what I'm going to ask all of you brain scratchers out there is, if you are in Iowa or any of the neighboring states, you know, they could be heading to Wisconsin. I mean, shoot, they could even be coming up my way heading into Minnesota. We've got Illinois right there. We've got Missouri. I mean, if I'm looking at this map and just kind of basing it on the direction of where they found his vehicle, it looks like he could be heading for Wisconsin or Illinois or any of the states east of that. So if you have friends in those areas, please share this video with them. Let's try to raise exposure to this case. Let's try to make sure that Lisa Diehm is known so that people can keep an eye out for her car, and maybe help her out of that bad situation. We don't know if she's in that situation willingly or not at this point. I sincerely doubt that she was a willing, full participant in what happened to her before she was abducted. I mean, we're talking very serious physical abuse here, and the fact that he had basically held her captive for a period of time, and she was at least being honest with her family about those events happening. And that's despite the fact that her family noted that she was pulling away from them when she first started dating this guy. So, and like I said, he's got a lot of motivation for either trying to get her to change her mind or, quite honestly, to make her disappear. And I would hate to find out that that's how this case ends up. So maybe you are the key in making sure that doesn't occur. And if you are, I strongly urge you to do the right thing. In the description box below, I have contact information. If you have a tip on this case, please, please, please send it in. Let's see if we can do something to help Lisa and her family move forward past all this. I don't know. There's something that's nagging at me about the fact that when she needed help, she went back to her family, and that she's now been missing for over a few weeks and she hasn't contacted them in any way. I mean, you know, she goes to them after being beat up, having severe issues, and she's honest with them about those issues, and then she just disappears and she doesn't stay in contact with them. That seems kind of suspect to me. They also noted she did not take her clothes. The only things that are missing are literally her purse, and her car. As a matter of fact, I don't even think she had the medication on her that she was taking for dealing with all that pain. I believe her sister said that her medication was still at home. So very odd things in this case, and I'm just hopeful that maybe this video can help. Maybe you can be a part of that. Thank you so much for joining me here on another episode of BrainScratch Searchlight. I can't do this without you guys. I truly appreciate you sharing this video, helping in these cases where you can, and let's see what we can do. Take care, everyone. Have a good day, and I'll catch you back here tomorrow on the Lord and Arts channel.